Hello all, and welcome to Pershing33's guide to how to mod Star Trek Online. This is going to be a tutorial on how to mod the sounds in the game, and we're going to go over how to basically get access to the sound files of the game, how then you are going to link your own sounds or other game sounds into the game. Both versions are very simple to do. The steps may seem complicated, but honestly, if you just take your time with it and go very slowly, do not panic, you will see that it should work very well for you. There are 3 programs that you may need to install. It should be only 2 normally, but if you may need a 3rd one just to gain access to, if you wish to modify the sounds from one part of the game to another part of the game, you will need this intermediate application that I will be linking to. Everything will be linked into the description. I'll also link to the Reddit posts that also talk about this, where there is my own written guide on how to mod Star Trek Online with the sound mods. If you're looking to do reshades, how to do a reshade mod, or how to install a reshade mod, I recommend looking at MC Stu Star Trek Online video about reshades. He also, I believe, links to the stream, or at least shows a clip of the stream where it is explained that mods such as this, client-side mods such as this, are accepted by Cryptic Studios. We have the word of our community manager, who has said that there is no problem, that there should be no problem with this. Be that in mind that they can change the terms of service, and this could become against terms of service later on in the game's life, but as of this moment the game is still moddable and there has been no word against modding, so from the developers at least. So you wish to change a sound. So I'm going to take my example. I want to replace the Discovery full auto rifle, the one that you get from the Lobby store, so the Discovery weapon, with the sound effects from the Kelvin Timeline Vengeance Phaser rifle used by Khan in the Battle of Kronos. So this is what it sounds like. I have a version of it here. There we go. So this is a sound clip that came from a YouTube video by the thatSFXguy, who I will link down in the bio, and he created. He managed to extract these sounds from the film. These should be used by the ship itself, by the Vengeance itself, but they do sound quite similar to the full auto rifle that Khan uses during the battle on Kronos. So I'm going to use this sound, and I cut it a slightly little piece, and as you can see, it is an MP3 file. It is very important that you make sure that your file that you're going to replace it with, that you're going to insert into the game, is a MP3 file. So what we're going to create is something called an FSB file. Well, we're going to modify an FSB file which is already pre-existing in the game, and then copy it into our local data folder. This will then override the original one in the game and replace the sound with the original. And so if ever you wish to go back to the original sound, you just delete the FSB file that you've copied into your local data folder. But we'll go over that in a few minutes. So this video may be a bit long, but I'm not English, so I've got to try and get words into my head and remember how to say things. So you need several programs. I'm going to list them all right now. You will need, well, I'm going to list first the original website, the original Reddit post that talks about how to mod these sound effects. So this person here, light switch turned on, created the Wrath of Khan transporter sound effects for the 23rd century TOS era. So if you want to go and download that, you can. Find that on the Nexus, of course. Then I'm going to link also the data mining, how to data mine Star Trek Online. This is a guide that's more in-depth. It's a little bit more complex and also gives a bit more information. I recommend just following, at first, what we're going to do is follow these steps here. Is step 1, which is just create a path for a program that we're going to install from this mega drive. This mega drive contains something called Neverwinter/Hog it's not slash, I forgot how you say that now, hyphen hog, hyphen bin, hyphen rev5, you're going to download this file. This file will contain a zip which should look like this. If I come here, so following that step from that data mining guide, I've come onto my main drive of my PC and I've just created a folder called STO in capitals, data, hogs and tools. This isn't terribly important, but in tools I unzipped the file we just downloaded from the mega drive, which gives us these 5 bits here with this executable gibd.champions.bacon.exe. This is going to be how you are going to extract the files from your game. Before we go any further, where are the game files? So your game files should be located on your main PC. They have to be on your main drive. The data mining the data mining page that I just showed you does say explicitly that you should make sure that whatever you're going to do now, that extracting hog files, the FSB files from the hog file, you need to make sure that your game and that the program is all on the same work drive. So everything for me is on OSC. So I know my game is in my program files. If you're playing on Steam, obviously it will be in Steam, Steam Apps, Star Trek Online. For me, I'm playing on Arc, so it's just Star Trek Online/in English, Star Trek Online live, and then where the files for the games are is withheld in pigs. And I want to modify the sounds, so we now need to find sound.hog. Hog is a master file which contains loads of FSB files. The FSB files in themselves contain all the parts to different sound bites for the game. For instance, the 30 seconds, the discovery ground weapons, for instance, they will be called STO _ground DSC .fsb, or that's what they should look like. We'll go over that in a second. But basically, in that one FSB, there should be every single sound pertinent to the discovery ground weapons, for the Federation at least. So we now know where the sound files are, where the sound files are contained within the hog file. So we now need to remember this, and we need to launch this application. I'm going to try to launch it now, and I click on it and nothing happens. That's because, as you probably just saw, there was the command prompt that just tried to open up. This is not a proper program as in the traditional sense as we all know and love. This is a program that we have to launch in the command prompt of your Windows. So you type in cmd, and here you will need to right click and click run as administrator. You'll say, do you want to run as administrator? I'll say yes, perfect. So it's going to say Windows, System32, done. From here on, I now need to link here the program that I want it to run, the file that I want it to extract, and where I want it to extract to. This is very easy. This is, I think, about 6 clicks. So here you're going to, if you can, drag and drop, and as you can see, it doesn't work. So what you're going to do, are you going to type everything out? No. What you're going to do is maintain the Shift key, right-click the executable, click Copy as Path, and then here you're going to copy-paste. Now you want to get rid of the commas here. So now you can't just click, you have to press the arrow keys to slide along, get to C, get rid of that. Come back to the end of exe, press space, and now you want to a link to the file that you wish to extract. So we know it's the sound.hog file. Click on this, right-click, maintain Shift, right-click on it, copy as path, and do the same thing again. And this is what you're going to do for each thing. So this time, however, you are going to keep the commas. The commas are there so that it understands that it's running this program, it's got to extract this thing to where. And now we're going to choose where. So we press space again, space here, and now we're going to find a folder that we wish to extract it to. So I wish to extract to a folder that I've created here in my STO, in my Star Trek Online directory called Sound Extract. Here I'm going to do the same thing, Shift, right click, copy as path, come here, press V, it will copy the entire thing, and now I need to press enter. And now it's going to extract every single FSB file contained within that .hog file. So like I said, this is a group, all these FSB files contain multiple sounds pertinent to multiple weapons and multiple systems. So we're going to show how to change a weapon sound, but you could change voice sounds, anything that you would probably like. Now, it may be a bit more complex, but weapon sounds are probably going to be the easiest thing that you can do. So here, so this is now done. And so if I come into my sound thing here, it will have created a sound folder, Windows 32, and here it has created it has put every single ambience, every single weapon sound, everything that is here. So there's explosions, Gorn, ground mortar, loads of different sounds that we'd like to have. So we can close this program now. And so now I wish to modify. So actually no, let's take a pause here. Let's say that you wish to extract a certain sound to replace it with another sound. You could either go and from inside the game. Let's say you want to replace the phaser pistol with the standard phaser pistol of the 25th century, the one that's used in the Next Generation and all that. Let's say that you wish to use that sound there and put it in the place of the Discovery sounds. Now you could either go onto YouTube and convert an MP3 file of a sound that you found on YouTube, or you could come and find it in the game here. So you could come here into your search bar, type phaser, and so here there's phaser, so MP player space phaser, so this is for phasers in space, MP player ground phaser rifle, so this is the phaser rifle sounds, and here you've got MP player phaser. This is what you're going to probably come and look at. This is going to contain the ones for the phaser pistols. So from here, you'll now need to extract the MP3 files from this file, from this .fsb file. From this, you'll need an FSB extractor. So if I come here to my Mega, you'll need to come to this website here, Luigi. So I will list this here, this website in the description, and you'll need to click on this link here, and it will automatically download the FSB file extractor for you. So 0.3.8. This program, you can find, well, I've put it just in my music, so I just called FSB X1 because I did it multiple times. And here it is here, it's 6 files. And this time, however, you will normally also have to do it via the command prompt, but you can just actually double click on it. And here it will say, oh, what would you like to archive? And here you come and find the select FSB files that you would like to have. So let's say you want to get loads of MP3 files from the ground phasers here. All you need to do is come to your game directory. So you need to come to your OS, program files. If I can find it, I'm a bit slow today. Star Trek Online Live, Sound Extract, Sound, Windows, and here you come and type phaser instead of just scrolling through the entire list because there's thousands of sound, well, hundreds of sounds. And here I want to extract this one here, MP player ground phaser FSB. Okay, click open, and now it's going to say, where would you like to put this sound? And I'm going to say, well, I'm going to put it into FSB test files. This is something that I created in my music folder here. Just created an FSB test files. And here I just click save. And here it's going to extract these ones here. Press return to quit. So there we go. And so normally now, if I go into my music file, go into my FSB file, we should have the Discovery weapon sounds, and here we should have also the shooter DSC, the hand phaser, phaser short. So if I play these, there we go. And so now we have those sounds as MP3, so you could listen to those as much as you want. They're clean sounds. I'd much rather have a WAV codec, but it's as much as we can get. And there you go, now you've got those sounds as an MP3. How do you now get your own sound to apply to the sounds that are in-game? So we still need the FSB files. The FSB file is what's going to override the main game file later on once we're finished. You now need to install one last program called DSSI, Dark Souls Sound Inserter. This will basically you are basically going to choose a FSB file that you'd like, insert the sound that you'd like to replace, find the target, find the sound that you'd like to replace with the sound that you just copied into it, and then insert that sound into the FSB file, which we're going to show now. So you want to install this software, DSSI. So you want to open, download it. It'll open up as a zip again. I've also put this into my music folder. I've called it Dark Souls Sound Inserter. Double click on this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this as an administrator. So I'm going to run this program as an administrator. Now it's going to open up this unique window, which just crashed. Nope, it hasn't crashed, okay. Come here, and this is how we are going to insert our sounds, our custom sounds, or the original in-game sounds from something from like the 25th century phaser sounds into another FSB file. So first we need to select a target. What FSB file are we going to modify? So we're going to come to browse. Now I know I want to modify my Discovery full auto rifle from the Lobby store. It doesn't really matter, it will modify every full auto rifle normally, Discovery full auto rifle, but I want to modify that with the sounds from the Kelvin Timeline Vengeance full auto rifle. To do this, I need to come and find my my FSB file in my Star Trek Online drive, wherever I place those FSB files, basically. So let's go to Program 86, Star Trek Online Live, Sound Extract, Sound, Windows 32, and now I need to find my target. So I know that I want to modify the Discovery weapons. Discovery is DSC in the game, so I'm just going to click DSC up here, and it's going to show me anything with DSC in it. So this one here will modify players' space weapons for the 32nd century Discovery. This one here will modify ground weapons. This one here will modify Klingon space weapons and Klingon ground weapons. I'm going to modify the player ground weapons. This should be normally Federation. Click on Open, and now I'm going to click Open here. And as you can see, this has become quality now. I can now move this slider about. So if you click Open and nothing appears, that's perfect. That means it's worked. If it says that your access is denied, make sure that this is launched as an administrator. Okay. Now I need to select the sound that I wish to use as a replacement. So I'm going to come to here, Add Sample. I'm going to go into my music folder where I put my Vengeance sound. Make sure it's your MP3 file and not your WAV file here. So I'll take this one here. Yes, MP3. Take this, and I'm going to now make sure that it has no targets. Make sure it's selected in blue like this. It's going to have the full path. And so now I need to set a target. What is this sound going to replace? You're going to come here and click Set Target. And so here it's going to show you every single sound which is governed by that .fsb file. There's a lot of them. So RoboClaw, DOT, so these are the DOT drones, Kid drone, Trill Staff, and I know that I need to change the Shooter, Discovery, Phaser, SMG Bolt for the SMG weapons. I'm going to click on this, and just to make sure that it is this, I'm going to click Play Sound, and that's what it sounds like. I know that this is the sound that I want. Click Set Target, and so now it has a target, and now I'm going to click Execute Insertion. Insertion complete. So now, if I come into my Windows, into my where all my FSB files are, there should be a new FSB file with the name Discovery. It should be called, yeah, Discovery FSB. The one here that's called fsb.back is a backup file. This is the original, and this one here is the modified version. You now need to copy this and simply put that into your game, into your Star Trek Online game directory. So I'm going to click Control-C, and so now I just come back out, and within your, within Star Trek Online, so Star Trek Online, Star Trek Online Live, I'm now going to go into local data. And in local data, you're going to create, well, they're going to create this folder here called sound. If it's already there, that's perfect. You go into this, Windows 32, and in here there's already some a sound mod which I've already installed for the Kelvin Timeline warp sound effects by Dilizerk. I'm going to paste that FSB file in here. And it says you need permission, and I say yes. And there we go. And so normally now, if I launch my game, so here I am on the Defera ground zone. So as you know, I replaced the sound of this Discovery era full auto rifle. This is the Lobby Store version. And all I'm going to do is, I'm going to test out the pistol first. So the oh, I was expecting that. Okay, find some other targets. And so the pistol still sounds the same, as you can see. However, the full auto rifle should sound and there we go. This is the new sound. Oh, I've just completed an endeavor. Okay. And so that's the new sound. So it may sound a bit weak. Most of the sounds do sound the same. And there we go. And normally it's more of a whip sound. It sounds more like a whip. Not a cracking whip, but more of a sort of sound of the Discovery weapons. And now it sounds like the Kelvin Timeline Section 31 battle rifle. Oh, he's adapted. And so there you go. Well, I hope you found this tutorial informative. I hope that you have as much success as I did, and thank you again for watching.